in a dance class and you look out the window and see in the next building, very clear as day, that they learning a whole new mouth dance. That's
What's up, everybody? Did Trump hit the reset button on America? And are we the same as we once were? Buckle up, hot dogs and tacos. We're about to fucking nuke this shit. This is the OTPH show. I'm your host, Scott. Now let's do the damn thing. What's up, everybody? So I got a couple videos for you, and then I got to get out of here. I got a very short time with you, so stick around. We got a lot of shit to talk about. This first thing I want to show you real quick is really hit home for me.
Was murdered that resonated with some people, and I wanted to read it here and talk about it a little bit because it offended the left, because of course
Everything offends the left.
But I think it was true, and that's why I wrote it.
You could apologize to them and be like, I'm sorry, I was in the wrong. They're like, what'd you fucking say to me? You piece of shit. Did you vote for Trump? Die, you fucking hog. That's exactly what they'd be like. All right, back to this video.
I said, I am told as a state representative, this is the moment where I'm supposed to express my heartfelt condolences and then stand in solidarity with those on the other side of the aisle as we condemn political violence and stand unified as one people. But we aren't one people, are we?
We are not.
The truth is we haven't been for some time now, and there is really no point in pretending anymore if there ever was. We are two very different peoples. We may occupy the same piece of geography, but that is where the similarities seem to abruptly end. I convinced myself for a long time, whenever the left called me a racist, a bigot, a sexist, a fascist, a threat to democracy, for even the most innocent of disagreements, that it was simply hyperbolic rhetoric done for effect. And now the effect is a widow and two children without a father because the left couldn't bear the thought of a peaceful man debating them and winning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they realize yet, but murder.
I can't disagree with that. They can't handle somebody's ideas being better than them. I made this point that the left wants to be the government. They want to be the police. They want to be your God. They want to be, that's what communism is. That's what communism is. You have to be a part of this. If you're not, you are your opposition. You have to be eliminated in their eyes and in their mind. Seriously, it's no joke. It's a real fucking disease. Should be studied.
Charlie is going to be remembered as the day where we finally woke up to what this fight really is. It is not a civil dispute among fellow countrymen. It is a war between diametrically opposed worldviews which cannot peacefully coexist with one another. One side will win and one side will lose.
Listen, I'm going to put it down like this. Either they're right or we're right, but we both can't be right. That's just how this whole dynamic is shaping out to be. It's a whole shitstorm of fuckery, and I'm glad I got front row seats. Huh? Let's go.
Charlie tried to win that fight through argumentation, through discussion, through peaceful resolution of differences, and the other side murdered him for it. Yep. Not because he was extreme or inciting violence or any other hyperbolic slur they hurled at him. They murdered him because he was effective, because he was unafraid, because he inspired.
So I'm going to say this right now. I have a video that I'm going to show. I have a bunch of clips. We're going to do a touch-up show on, or an update show for Charlie Kirk's murder trial and everything like that. And I got some videos that'll make you go, things that make you go, ooh, like this video. Shut up, LaFon. What are you doing?
Others and made them feel like they had a voice and that they were not alone. And he did it at the very institutions which have fomented so much hatred toward conservatives. I don't want to stand in solidarity with the other side of the aisle. I want to defeat you.
I mean, that's what it's coming down to. That's what it's coming down to. The more that I try to agree with these people, I find myself becoming farther and farther away from them. And there's no compromise with them. It's only absolute. It's only absolute. And that's what they want. They don't want compromise. If they wanted compromise, we would have already had it. I mean, leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. But I agree with a majority of what he has said so far.
To defeat the godless ideology that kills babies in the womb, sterilizes confused children, turns our cities into cesspools of degeneracy and lawlessness, the ideology that murdered Kirk.
And they hate it.
Media right now with celebration of Charlie.
Come on. One second. All right. Let's do this. Oh, hold on one more time. All right, let's get back to this video.
Charlie's death. I wonder if any among them understand what has just happened. If there is Yamamoto in the midst of woken asleep. Social media is aflame right now with celebration of Charlie's death.
Starting to get really fucking irritated.
Most more in their midst, warning all the business.
It's fucking stupid. Here, let's go back a little bit.
I want to defeat the godless ideology that kills in the womb, sterilizes confused children.
It's gonna fucking make me so mad. So essentially what he's saying is that we can't coexist anymore, you know? And what do you think about that? I mean, I agree with the majority of what the guy was saying, but you know, there's gotta be some compromise somewhere. We have to find it. If we can't find it, then it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be very, very bad. You know, I don't personally want my daughters growing up in a world like the left wants. I don't want that. You see what I'm saying? I want them to be strong. I want them to be independent, but I also want them to be feminine. You see what I'm saying? I don't want somebody to try to convince them that they might be somebody that they're not. I don't want their mind to be dominated by things that are completely trivial to them, especially at a young age. They get it. That's what you do. You get them when they're young. It's crazy. What they're doing is absolute craziness. The Supreme Court is picking up the LGBTQ, you know, oh, well, you can't tell us we can't play in sports. This is discrimination. You're discriminating who they are. No, we're not. We're discriminating what you think you are. Who you are is a man. Who you are is a female. What you think you are, well, you're confused in what you think you are. But as far as it goes for biology, you, lady boy, you play with the boys, and you, man, woman, you play with the girls. That's just what it is. Sorry. Or here you go. Here's a whole other idea. Leave the fucking kids alone and go play by your fucking selves. I mean, there you go. There's the compromise, but they don't want it and they won't find it. You see what I'm saying? I agree with you 100%. Yeah, dude. There are demons everywhere, bro. I can't disagree with that at all. So, but what I can say is that we can try to find compromise as long as we can. But to be honest with you, again, these people don't want it. When we tell them, well, hey, listen, this is what we universally want. You guys play over there by yourselves, or you play with your genetics. meaning that I don't care that you want to be a female. If you were born with a dick, you play with the dudes. I don't care if you want to be a dude. If you were born with a vagina, then you play with the girls. It's as simple as that. If you don't want to play by those rules, then go play somewhere else. As far as it goes for kids, it shouldn't even be a question. It shouldn't even be happening to children. It's fucking disgusting that it is happening to children, but you know, we allowed it to happen. We didn't really know it was going on. And at the time, I wasn't really into politics. You know what I mean? So, and I think I know what's making me glitch is I got the local recording on this set. That's probably what the fucking problem is. So, sorry about that. Let's get to this next video that I got for you, and then I got to get out of here. I only got a short time with you, so I got to get this next video going. Hope everybody's having a good night. I have another show on Thursday. Make sure you watch my shorts, all that fun stuff. And try to get as much as I can in. Make this my full-time job. That's why I need your love and support. Scan the QR code up in the corner and get yourself something funny. I don't know what it is. I just click a random QR code and whatever it's up, that's a sponsor for tonight. So could be free, could be a donation to me, could be Groon's Gummies. I got another one too. Food for Patriots, which is a emergency supply company, and they do storable foods, all organic. They do heirloom seeds. They got solar panels, solar generators. I got a bunch of stuff coming up too. And I'm just waiting to hear back from 2 more sponsors, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I mean, I was excited. I can't believe that Food for Patriots, this is that's Alex Jones level. Like, we're talking water purification, guys. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on this stuff for you guys and really go full bore. And then you can take it upon yourself to make sure that you're never left in the dark, Anyways, you're not washing my shorts. I hope not. I'm not even wearing shorts. I'm wearing sweatpants, and the legs are pulled up to my knees. Yeah. Anyways, so this next video I got for you, this was kind of convincing to me at first, because of the voice and everything like that and the dynamic. It's kind of like Batman. And then it kind of goes off let's watch.
Have a clue what's going on. I'm going to explain something to you. And I hope and pray that you listen. 2017, Trump's inauguration speech is where it all starts. He came out and said, "Today we are not transferring power from one administration to the next, or from one party to the next, but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C., and giving it back to you, a lot of people." What he did that day, a lot of people don't understand. He eliminated the entire Act of 1871 right there. He had military intelligence on one side of him. They monitor everything, they record everything, emails, text messages, phone calls, etc. He had military tribunal judges on the other side. And he told you, for too long, a small group of people have reaped the rewards of government while the people have bore the cost.
That's
and he said that stops here, that stops now, that stops today. Right after that, he did an executive order, 13818, 13903. The 13903 was a...
So that executive order the executive order 13818 is like, so it was built off of built on a global the Magistrate Act, which Trump expanded it to hit entire networks, not individuals, and can sanction business partners and small shell companies, financial facilities, facilitators, and even family members for benefiting from corruption. So this is, what is it called? It targets foreign human rights abusers, corruption in foreign officials, and criminal networks. That's what that act is. So that's what he signed. And essentially, When it blocks, assets are frozen in the U.S., companies barricaded, all that are barred from doing business, and they're effectively cut off from the global financial system that we use today. So they have to go either do back alley shit. But I mean, with crypto, there's ways to get around it. But why it matters to us, it used against foreign politicians that steal public funds. So that's why all this fraud shit's coming up. That's probably exactly why all this fraud shit's coming up. And that's probably exactly why they want to go after Trump and they want to put his head on a silver platter. Used against officials involved with torture, extrajudicial, or extrajudicial killings. I don't know what that word means. Extrajudicial. I'm gonna have to look that up later. Used against organizations, organized crime elites, human traffickers, corrupt judges and prosecutors. A powerful tool to hit bad actors outside the U.S. borders without military forces. So that's essentially what that is. What it doesn't do, it doesn't declare martial law. It doesn't target U.S. citizens. Doesn't create a secret tribunal or authorities for mass arrest, or authorize for mass arrest. So, and it doesn't activate the military domestically. That's another thing too. So let's keep that in mind when you're thinking about this stuff, because he is kind of being exaggerated with some of what he said.
Arrest all involved in human trafficking worldwide. Seize any and all property of anybody involved in human trafficking worldwide.
Come on.
All of your government officials right fucking there. It took out presidents through other countries, ex-presidents, actors,
What's up, brother?
rappers, country singers, etc.
Thanks for being here with me.
Men, Executive Order 13818 was put in place to protect we, the people. Inside of that, it tells you property blocked for human rights abuse and corruption. The corruption part's easy. All your federal, state, city, county, local laws, all your state statutes, all of your fucking gun laws, including background checks for guns that don't exist. And they haven't since 2017. The human rights abuse part is this. Go to look up Universal Human Rights Declaration Act, Articles 1 through 30, and they tell you right there, you were born to live free, were never supposed to be charged anything to live freely. Where you're not supposed to pay rent, your mortgage, your loans, your credit cards, you're not supposed to pay for any damn thing. That is backed up by Abraham Lincoln's executive order, the promissory note. A lot of you guys don't understand that.
Yeah, so so I looked that up left and right. That doesn't exist. I've looked it up for the last 3 days now. I have found nothing. I know that Lincoln did the greenbacks. I know that he brought paper money to us. I know that there's a lot of things that he has done financially for us, but there is no executive order that he wrote that's called the promissory note. There's nothing. I cannot find it anywhere. If you can find it, leave a comment. Let me know where it's at so I can fucking read it for my own eyes, because I'm telling you, it doesn't exist right now. This guy's talking out of his ass. So I wanted to go back to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and it's Articles 1 through 30. And essentially pretty much like it's just, let's see, equal rights to all humans are born free and equal, right? It's comments and no discrimination. Anyone that gets these rights everyone gets these rights without exception: life, liberty, security, basic protection of life and personal freedoms, slavery and the slave trade are barred or banned, but we already know that's the human trafficking that they're going after right now, which is a great thing. I think that's a fantastic thing. Let's see. No torture, cruelty, or degrading treatment, but we already know the CIA and the special ops all do it. Not special ops, but intelligence agencies. They use torture tactics all the time. All the time. We all know about it. That's why they make so many jokes about it, because it happened. And the best way to get people to accept it is to make jokes about it. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're laughing, you don't really like, oh yeah, haha. They would never do that. Would never do that. Yeah, just like they would never use energy-based weapons on individuals, and they did in Venezuela. Okay, they did in Venezuela. Why do you think they got in there and got out of there without a single person getting hurt? So, anyways, if you don't think it won't happen, well, just pay attention. Know your rights. This is something. This is for the entire world. Energy poops. Yeah, dude. Laser beam to fucking shoot laser beams from my cock. Pickoo, pickoo. Anyways, equality before law, equal protections, and no the law, legal remedies, rights, no random arrests, detentions, or exiles. Fair trials, rights to fair trial, public hearing, and independent court, or by an independent court, sorry. Presumed innocent until proven guilty, which that's not really how they do it right now, you know. So privacy protections from arbitrary interference with privacy, family, homes, and or reputation. The families are freedom to move, freedom of movement, right to move without your country, and right to move within your country and to leave and return to it. Dude, chili Chinese fries, or chili cheesy fries, dude. Fucking have fun with that, man. Can't eat that stuff anymore. I fucking blow out, man. Like a tire, dude. Done. Just ass, I'll be crying for a week. Jesus Christ. I'll fart hard and crack my back. I won't be able to move for a day. Okay. I'm 40 years old, man. I don't bounce back. I fucking ate shit in my parents' driveway the other night, man. I'm dragging ass hard. All right. Let's see where we're at here. Asylum rights to seek asylum from prosecution or persecution. Nationality rights to nationality and to change it, which that's what I think most of these liberals should fucking do. You have the right to fucking leave, and you should. Marriage and family rights to marry and from a family to with free consent, meaning that like you don't have to pay, because there used to be a bridal price, like you buy or is it a bride price or whatever? It's really old shit. But there used to be rights of property and to own property of individually or with others, which again, let's hope we can get back to all this. There's 30 of these fucking things. Hold on, we're almost done. Freedom of thought coincides with freedom of religion. So no shit. Thank you. Freedom of expression, the right to hold and share information. So the freedom of assembly, peaceful assembly, right to peacefully assemble, meeting and meeting associates. So peaceful liberals that are going to watch. Okay. I know you hate me. That's fine. You can. I like it when you hate me. What I think is that you should read this over so then you understand what the rights are You see? This is crazy. I didn't know all these. Let's see. Peacefully assemble. I already said that. Participate in government. Right to vote and take part in a public affair. So that means you can show up and say what you want. And you have the right to show up and say what you want. Without, yeah, I mean, obviously be tactful, but sometimes it doesn't come out. So when you're yelling asshole at somebody, they don't really respond too well to your suggestions, right? So maybe don't show up and call the guy a fucking jerk off. He might get a different reaction. Social security rights to social protections and economic rights. Let's see, work and labor rights, right to work and fair wages, safe conditions, and to form unions, which unions suck. So I don't care about unions. They can fucking lick my butthole. Rest and leisures, right to responsibly work, right to reasonable working hours and holidays. Standard of living rights to health, good food, housing, and basic well-being. Education rights to education. Elementary education should be free, and I agree with that 100%. And it should be top fucking quality. And we should be teaching these kids etiquette and manners for the first 5 years of their fucking life. Let's see. Social order rights to a world where these rights can be fully recognized. Okay. Cultural participation rights to participate in cultural life and benefit from the scientific process, whatever the fuck that means. Duties to community rights comes with responsibility. Freedoms can be limited only to protect others. Let's see. And the last one is no destruction of rights. No one can use these rights to destroy your rights of others. So that pretty much sums that up. But yeah, there's no fucking nothing about that promissory note. I can't find anything on it. All right, let's get back to those videos.
Okay. 2020 happened. Okay, COVID, it doesn't exist. It was the vaccine that people ran to the hospital to get. Okay, that vaccine was a bioweapon.
Not this guy.
It was made to kill people. You'll find that out.
We all know that.
However,
yes, we will.
Trump's warp speed stopped them from actually putting a lot of black and poison in that shit. You'll find that out. Moving on. A lot of people don't understand.
Yeah, I always complain about that operation too.
November 2nd, 2020, Trump signed the Proclamation Act of 1776, bringing us back to constitutional law only. He already gave us the power back, made us a sovereign country. Okay, now, moving on. July 4th, 2020, he did a second Declaration of Independence nobody knew about. You'll out. Moving on. December 9th, a lot of people
No,
don't know
he didn't.
this.
No, he didn't. It's not what happened. He did not. It's the Act of 1776. He did not sign a new constitution or a new Declaration of Independence. That's not what it was. Actually, the executive order that he's talking about is 1395-8, and it's signed on November 2nd, and it created the 1776 Commission and Advisory Group meant to promote patriotic education and reaffirm the principles of our Declaration of Independence. Its focus was teaching Americans founding ideals, countering the narrative of, these fucking brain dead liberals out here. Soup is just You can see their brains leaking out through their ear. Dude. It's fucking gross. Anyways, it's probably why they all smell funny. But yeah, it wasn't a proclamation. Again, this guy kind of goes off the rails. So the first couple things that he said were accurate. The human rights thing, Universal Human Rights Declaration, that is a real thing. And the EO that he signed in 2017, that is a real thing. And it hasn't been changed yet. But this other stuff, the one he's talking about here in November, that one has been changed. And there's one more that he's going to talk about here. December 9th. He re-signed the Insurrection Act, which, again, the guy doesn't really explain too much what's going on. He just tells you that he did all this stuff, but he doesn't explain what the Insurrection Act is. So, and that's where it's hard to believe because, again, the EO that we talked about in the beginning was there. I found it immediately. The other thing that we talked about immediately too was the Universal Human Rights Declaration Act. So that's all there. But I can't find anything on a promissory note. I can't find anything on a second declaration. If you can, leave a comment or just give me a link and fucking so I can go find it myself. And the Insurrection Act, I can't find anything on that either. So leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Let's finish up this video. I got to get out of here.
It's on the Insurrection Act because the government was trying to steal the country back from we the people by stealth. We thought there was supposed to be an election. No, nobody caught on to what he said in 2017. Once he gave power back to we the people, there was no fucking election. There was no more government right there. Gone. The Act of 1871. Bankrupt, dissolved, gone. Bye. Get over it, okay? Because now you're seeing a bunch of federal, state cops, all kinds of people that are in power and control over we the people being arrested on federal indictments. It's going to get worse. They came out and said that all law enforcement officials will be arrested for operating illegally in the United States Republic. All attorneys will be arrested also because they are a British accreditation registry. It is a foreign organization.
I haven't found any of that stuff. I've heard of that, but I haven't found any evidence of any of this.
Okay, no. You need to go look up Executive Order 13961. It was never a transfer of power. It was a continuation of
13961
authority of the United States through the Insurrection Act on January 9th of 2021. On January 11th of 2021, Trump signed an Emergency Declaration Act for D.C., resulting from the problems with the 59th presidential inauguration. They faked an inauguration so that it would never cause a civil unrest. He stepped to the side and shined the spotlight on your real criminals, which was your government. Now, it makes their job a lot easier because people understand that the government was so fucking corrupt, they were so fucking sick, ripping people's faces off, all for a thing called adrenochrome. Human trafficking children through fucking federal court systems. Yeah, your judges are fucked. Every single attorney has been enforcing illegal unconstitutional laws. 2017. We're 17th, 1963. Problem is the government
I'm never putting on local recording ever again.
If they did, they would lose power and control over we the people, and they would not ever have any control over us. We don't need a government to babysit us. We can govern ourselves. Don't need to be played by company organizations that are enforcing federal identity, local law, policy, company policies. Okay. March 4th is gonna be anything but normal. That's all I can tell you. Okay, I'm not at liberty to tell you what's fixing to happen, but there's a reason they're giving you guys the $5,000. My suggestion to you is this. Do not spend it on any bills. You need to buy food, water, supplies for at least 3 weeks. You better take me at my word. I'm dead serious. Your government is being dismantled, little by little right now. And they have been for a long time, actually. It's called the devolution plan. 90% of your government is gone, but you still have corrupt attorneys out here. You still have landlords. You still have company, corporation, and organization owners that are still enforcing laws that don't exist. And those people are the ones who violated that Presidential Executive Order 13818, which, by the way, it has been extended 4 times. Inside of it, it tells you property blocked for personal and private gain. If you think you've seen anything yet, trust me, you haven't seen nothing yet. When Trump said worldwide military leaders in that room with him, and this is the calm before the storm, you better understand what he said. A lot of people don't know that there is a secret weapon that they have. It's not a regular weapon like what you think. It is an actual court case done by United States Supreme Court, the highest court in the land. You don't get any higher than that. And when Trump said that we are the law and order, and that everything will go by the law of the land, that is exactly what he meant. Take my word for it, folks. Don't spend that shit on your bills.
I mean, I don't know what to say about it. What I can say is that I don't recommend not paying your bills. I'm not recommending that at all. I do honestly think that you should have emergency supplies. I think everybody should have emergency supplies in case of an emergency, not just, the secret government that we're trying to get out of our government right now. That's trying to take over our country. Not that, what if that doesn't happen? You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what will happen, a fucking blizzard. I'll tell you what will happen, droughts. I'll tell you what will happen, earthquakes. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. They're working on that too. A lot of things are changing. A lot of things are changing. Like the IRS is on freeze right now because of all the fraud shit going on. So, it's not going to be a delay in payment or anything like that. That's not what's going to happen. But just that's something that you should pay attention to. And I heard that he's firing at least 38,000 people that work for the IRS. So that's a bonus. That's a good thing. Let's see if we can get some fucking taxes gone. Like state tax, like the federal government doesn't have to charge a tax, right? But states can charge whatever they want. They can charge whatever tax they want. So that's the downfall. It's just like with the no tax on tips or overtime, right? There's certain states that aren't enforcing that law, and they don't have to. That's shitty. That just goes to show what kind of douchebags they are. But these people already have super huge budgets because their governments are full of just rot and decay. So I don't know. I think that this guy's got a couple points here. I think that we should be paying attention a little bit closer. I think you should know your rights. So make sure you get your copy of a free book. It's somewhere in my description. And if it's not, well, it's definitely on my channel page. So go check that out. But ultimately, just pay attention because some of this stuff I couldn't find the promissory note that Lincoln wrote. I couldn't find that anywhere. I couldn't find the second declaration that he signed. The only thing, the EO that came up was at the 1776 Commission. That's the only thing that I can see. And then the other one, I couldn't find a thing on either. So if you can, let me know. You know, the Insurrection Act on January 11th. So is this, you know, what Trump is going after? You know, is that the EO is that why everything is going the way that it's going? You know, I mean, I'm all for getting rid of the corruption. I'm all for it. I'm all for making America first. I don't fucking care about other countries. That's just my opinion on it. You know, I don't think that we should be doing anything in any other country. I think we should just leave them the fuck alone and let them figure it out for themselves. You know, unless they're committing a genocide, you know, but we just, these universal rights that I just read, I read all 30 of them too for you, like a toddler. It was awesome. It was rough to get through. Sorry about that. But the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Articles 1 through 30, you know, go look it up yourself and read it yourself, you know. That's all right. But I don't know about the other stuff, you know, the promissory note where you're not supposed to pay shit. Well, buddy, I can agree with that to an extent, right? I think that you have to spend some kind of money. You're going to spend something, right? You're either going to spend time or you're going to spend money. Either way, you're going to do it, right? Either way, you got to spend something, right? So I'd rather spend less money and do a lot more myself. The whole housing thing is coming into swing. Trump is going to be doing something about housing and getting people into homes, first-time buyers and things like that. And that's like the cornerstone of our way of life, is to have a home with a white picket fence, you know, the whole stereotype, kids in the front yard playing catch with dad, you know. I mean, it doesn't, but anyways, the 1950s, right, where things seem to be normal. And the kid that dressed like a girl, he got picked on, you know, that kind of thing. But ultimately, I wouldn't hold my breath for a lot of this stuff. It could be happening, but I haven't found anything on the last 3 EOs that he signed, and I haven't found anything on the Insurrection Act either. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Thank you so very much for liking, watching, loving everything that we do here at the OTPHO, Raw Steel, and Sex Appeal Gravy Train on Biscuit Wheels. Get on board, scan the QR code in the corner, get yourself something fucking awesome, or maybe help me out. Everything goes to the show, and everything's all for you. And thank you so very much. We are going to top, baby. Woo! Anyways, thank you again so very much. I love you guys so very much. And like I always say, love your neighbor, love your family. Most importantly, love you. You can't love the other two without you. I love you. God bless you. And I will see you on Thursday. Bye, guys.